Hi guys, I wanted to give a really quick rundown of how I do line art and coloring on some of my Animal Crossing pieces I've gotten questions about. Generally I use pencil tool, change the stabilizer up a lot, and I'm not going to use it so much in this tutorial, but I generally use a marker for shading. So yeah, I always start with sketch, a really low stabilizer setting, so probably 0, and I have multiple sketch layers. I have my first sketch layers to be more of a recessive color, so blue. Newer sketch layers to be red. I stick them all in a folder, lower the opacity somewhere around 20, and then I start a new folder for line art. And for line art, I generally kick the stabilizer back up to 15, and I'm still using the pencil tool for this. I really love the pen tool for line art because it's much quicker to color and stuff, but it's a slightly harsher look, so if you're going for softer lines, I would suggest using the pencil tool. So I like to use a lot of different layers, and I find it easier to go back to change because I change my mind a lot for drawings. And generally I would merge the layers once I'm done because it saves some room, and it's not really necessary to have 500 layers of line art, which is kind of a real thing with me. So for example, I'm using one line art layer on the body, and because I moved part of the arm, there's this little problem area that wouldn't generally happen if this was a bigger piece of mine, because I would have everything on a different layer, and then I would just start to merge them once I'm more final about the piece. So yeah, I generally do the line art with pencil, lots of layers. It's really good to experiment with the stabilizer setting because a lower stabilizer is much easier for sketching, and for me it's better for writing or like extra stuff because it's much more natural and it reacts much faster. But if you're looking for like hair or like curly lines, I don't know how to describe it, but the stabilizer, the higher it is really great for all that. And I'm not really sure if Photoshop has it yet. It probably does, but I'm more used to the stabilizer in Tool SAI. So from there, I start doing the coloring layers. I grab the magic wand tool most of the time and just start color blocking it out. In this part, I'm going back and touching up manually with the pen tool, which is also great and a little bit more time consuming, but honestly will look a lot better, and I wish I had time to always manually color things, but I grabbed the magic wand tool. So once I'm done with the colors, I preserve the opacity, that little box above the new layer icon, and then I start going in and shading and changing the colors up a little bit. And for airbrush, I use the lower stabilizer, so 0, and for the hard cell shading, I think it's called, those really sharp lines, I use 15. So I go back, lots of coloring. Oh, and another thing to note is that I have the line art all in one layer right now. You can just duplicate it if you're not dead set on merging it all. From there, above the single line art layer, I start a new layer, clip it to the line art layer, and that's where I start coloring the line art. And generally for that, I grab any adjacent colors to the line. So like for the blue, I'm grabbing a darker purple. For the skin color, I'm grabbing a darker orangey red. And you don't have to stick with this. There's a lot of pieces where I just pick whatever color I want. I'll just, throw neon pink in there, it doesn't matter. And yeah, since this is a quick tutorial piece, I don't go full out on it, but this is where I would color the line art. After you're done with coloring the line art, I suggest just starting a new folder on top of everything and just touching it up however you see fit, and that's generally where I'd put like the eye shines, any blush, anything that I don't really want to go back and change because it can get a little messy. If there's some, like a piece of line art that sticks out, you can fix that. And unless your piece is transparent, you can absolutely go nuts with that. If you want the background to be transparent, then pay a little bit more attention to going over places that already have paint and avoiding places that don't, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's a really quick rundown of how to do things. If you have any more in-depth questions, feel free to ask. If there's something that didn't get answered and you want answered, or something that I kind of brushed over and I shouldn't have, please let me know. I'm totally open to questions, totally open to making response videos. And yeah, I hope that helped, and thanks for watching.